I didn't go barely legal enough, so I want someone 30 seconds past midnight.
30 seconds past midnight.
From sleeping with over 1,000 men in a 24-hour period to her latest stunt of being encaged inside a glass box in the middle of London, allowing people to do whatever they choose to her body, Bonnie Blue is back and better than ever. The succubus stands strong. If you don't know, Bonnie Blue, whose real name is Tia Emma Bellinger, who was born in 1999, is a English pornographic film actress and a OnlyFans content creator who has gained significant notoriety for her controversial stunts, which we will go over today. Bonnie Blue is not just known for her questionable acts on camera, she's also known for the absolute malarkey that she infests into the waters of people's brains, because she just says the most stupid, one-off piece of shit things I've ever heard.
If you had a daughter and she said, you know, Mummy, I want to be just like you.
Yeah.
And you'd be happy and you'd watch your daughter just everyone.
Yeah, I'd obviously explain the benefits, the downsides to it, the dangerous potential. Like, I'll explain every aspect. If they choose to do that, I will raise my daughter to be independent and to follow her dreams. If that is to 1,000 people, I'll be there with a banner supporting her the whole way.
That is really scary. It's not about, oh, you know what, I don't really like that sandwich, but you like that sandwich, so we can agree to disagree. It is wrong. Hands down, point blank, period. It's wrong.
Your period.
And it's disgusting.
Okay.
And it's not something that should be glorified, and it's not something that should be pushed, and it's definitely not something that we should encourage our children to be doing, especially our daughter.
I wants to one and a girl wants to one.
Yeah.
It's completely the same. This
No,
is what
it's
I don't
not. Do we
understand.
both have vaginas?
No, one's got
Goes inside and one gets entered, and
Got
one
it and gets sore as well. Like, I've worked with porn stars. If they want 1,000 guys or 1,000 girls, it's completely up to them.
First off, why would you want that kind of lifestyle for your child? As a loving parent, wouldn't you try to steer them away from industries that could hurt them like such? Bonnie Blue doesn't even know that 5-10 years down the line, she's going to end up with so much trauma from the shit that she's doing to her body and planning to do to her body that it's not even going to matter if she can have kids, because she won't be able to. On top of that, Bonnie Blue has repeatedly said that her child will never find out the kind of industry that she works in.
My name's not actually Bonnie Blue. So if they search my name, my real name, which is what they'll know, nothing is going to come up.
But as I said in the beginning of this video, her name is Tia Emma Bellinger, born in 1999. It's that easy to find that kind of information about somebody. If I can do it, you can do it. Her child can do it. Their friends at school can do it. On top of that, wanting your child to fuck 1,000 men in one day? Your future child, let me get that right. That's disgusting. Why would she even be thinking about wanting to get her daughter into SW work like she's in, and the kid's not even born yet? That makes me really concerned about the future of what her child's life is going to look like. If one, she can even have kids anymore, and two, if fucking CPS doesn't take them away, because I think that's what needs to happen.
Maybe I do need to find God. Then again, a gangbang in the church sounds better than finding God.
And I also included this other clip just to show you how disrespectful and how little of a regard she has for the people around her and society as a whole. It's very clear that Bonnie Blue is just a rage baiter, SW worker just trying to get clicks. And unfortunately, because she's shrouded in such controversy, it's happening for her. For her to even say something as sacrilegious as that makes me sick to my stomach. I get sick to my stomach when I see girls dressing as nuns on Halloween. How do you think that makes me feel? That makes me feel icky. I feel like I need to take a fucking shower after that. It's gross. So the reason that we are talking about this today is because of Bonnie Blue's latest stunt entitled Petting Zoo, which, if you don't know, she is going to encase herself inside a glass box, and paying attendees to the event can then do whatever they want to her for 24 hours, and she cannot say
Comes to that, and
no.
you see the amount of men that pay to watch me be in a glass cage for 24 hours.
To do what in a glass cage?
Well, I'll just be like a zoo animal. They can come if they want to me, they can me. If they just want to stare at me, they're welcome to. But I'm going to be tied up in a glass box for a couple of days, and my body is for everyone. It's happening in June.
There are multiple issues with this piece, but if you don't know, it is actually mirroring a performance art piece by Maria Ambrovac. I'm sorry if I butchered that name, but For 6 hours, she stood inside a warehouse with a table that had multiple objects inside of it and let people do whatever they wanted to her. I forgot to include that during Maria Omnivac's performance art piece, people ended up cutting pieces of her flesh, writing very vile words on her, essaying her, stripped her of her clothes, held guns and knives to her throat. Keep in mind the gun was fully loaded. All of this to mirror what Bonnie Blue is going to end up doing. If you think that what they did to Maria Omnivac is disgusting and disturbing, imagine what's going to happen when Bonnie Blue gives the green light to these men to willfully essay her over and over again. She came on record and said that through that entire opportunity, she wanted to die. She did it to highlight the depravity of people and showing what can happen when people pretty much have no rules attached. And as much as we like to think that the next person is kind and wouldn't do something like that, her piece highlighted that your next door neighbor can be into these things and do these things to a person with little regard for who they are. And I'm very concerned about what's going to happen to Miss Blue during this period, because imagine the depraved men that already follow her and then see this and then think, oh my God, it's a free-for-all. I can enact my craziest fantasies, my most violent fantasies, all in one sitting in front of multiple people. Doesn't that ring any alarm bells to anybody? Isn't that strange that she's allowed to do something like this? A lot of people thought that it was going to be a public event, but of course, due to the nature of it, they cannot be public, which is why it's a private event taking place inside of some warehouse, and people do have to pay to be in attendance. So whether they are committing the acts on the person or they are just a bystander, you still have to pay to get that fat ticket. I just don't know what to say about this. And honestly, I've been seeing a lot of people say that Bonnie Blue looks like a fucking succubus, and she does. If you look at pictures of this girl before to now, it's concerning. Her eyes look drained, and if you've ever heard of the term sampaku eyes, it pretty much means somebody's eyes who is detached from the bottom, so it kind of looks drained like this, and it marks people who have a lot of tragedy inside their lives. And she has sampaku eyes, and she kind of like always gives this fucking weird 1,000-yard stare too. So I don't think everything is firing inside her head correctly. I will tell her that she is a marketing genius for doing the shit that she's doing, combining rage bait and clickbait with SW work. It's a brilliant tactic to get clicks and subs because people are gross. People are depraved. People want to see that kind of shit. It's taboo. Americans, people everywhere eat that shit up. Yum, 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 yum. 5-star course meal. Regardless of everything that's going on, I think Bonnie Blue definitely needs some sort of intervention to get her life back on track. This absolutely cannot be the only thing that she wants for herself in her lifetime. And I really hope that she's able to kind of see through the money that she's making now and realize that it's just not worth whatever she's going to end up doing to her body, mind, and soul. That's going to do it today, so I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you liked, leave a comment, subscribe, and let me know what to do next.